second grand final in 2 years. How are you feeling going into this grand final?
Pretty good. I mean, everyone's kept it pretty simple like we did last year, and everyone's going in with a good, confident feel, which is what you hope going into the grand final.
And yourself personally, any less nervous having experienced last year?
Perhaps probably a bit less nervous for longer in the week. I mean, that anxiety still builds up in you, and you know, you just want to get out there. You're glad all the formalities are over and that you can just get to Friday's training session and just concentrate on the game.
Yourself personally, you had another outstanding year. You had a few injuries towards the latter part of the year. How's your body feeling going into this game?
Really good. I guess there was argument to say that I could have perhaps kept going, but I doubt whether I would still be going at this later stage in the year, but took the option to have the operation, and it's been fantastic for me. So going into the grand final, pretty good.
Now, only the 2 changes from last year's grand final side. There must be a really good belief amongst the players.
Well, I think for that continued development, you want to ideally probably get a couple of different guys through the system, and you know, a couple more guys get their opportunity this weekend, and you know, it just adds that little hunger factor to the side. But yeah, I mean, we've had great stability throughout the side for the last couple of years, and I think that's been one of the reasons why we've had good success. Simon
Black, a popular Brownlow medalist throughout the week. You were there when he first came to the club. What makes him such a good player?
Well, I can say that that if every young player came with the attitude to an AFL football club with the attitude this club, that bloke brought, Blackie, you know, you always knew that he was going to be a success, because he just always wanted to improve. He just had the great work ethic, and just wanted to get better all the time. So, so from that point of view, he just listened and learned, and it's by no surprise that he's gone on to be one of the elite AFL players.
Now, we're a couple of minutes into the first quarter of the game. What are the key indicators you're looking at?
We're going in harder and lower than Collingwood, I guess. We're hitting the tackles and you know, going hard at the football. I think that's what we want to be able to see in the first 15 minutes of every single game that we play. You know, it's such an important facet of the game, and you know, the first 15 minutes can really set you up for the rest of the game. So those sort of the little things that we're looking for.
Now, you are the captain of the team, but is there a player in the side that you tend to feed off that you'd like to see at the start of the game, that he's asserted his leadership and direction in your team?
Well, I think it's probably the guys who are our vice captains in the side, our core leadership group that you want to look to and have a look at. The Lepiches, Scotts, Lappins, Whites, even though he's only young Brown. But all those sort of guys certainly you know, are really important in the makeup of this side, and you know, you always look to them all the time to be able to assist you in any way.
Now, as a kid growing up, was your dream to play 1 game, 100 games, maybe the chance to play in a back-to-back premiership?
Well, I think that's always been readjusted as I've gone. As a young bloke, it was always just my first game, and then when I achieved my first game, and you sort of weigh up how you're going, then you decide on where you want to go. But the ultimate dream as always as a kid was to be able to stand on the podium with a premiership cup, and that is certainly the ultimate in AFL football, and hopefully I get the chance again today.
Now, should you win the grand final, would there be anything that you do differently than you did last year? The reason I ask you is that I remember the premiership lap, or the lap of honour at the end, and your boys took off on the lap and you slowed them up.
I did, because I remember a few years back when Carlton won, and Justin Madden said, you know, was lagging behind, and he just wanted to soak in the atmosphere. And I guess that's what I said to the guys at the time. I said, look, you know, you're not here all the time, so take it in, you know, because it'll all be such a blur. So look at the people's faces and see how elated they are, and you know, feel a part of it, because it's you know, a truly special moment. You don't want it to go quickly.
Well, thanks, Michael. All the very best for the game.
Thanks, Voss.
Michael Voss there with Ray Martin, with Stephen Silvani.